Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Everyone's a Dragon podcast. This first episode is just to give you a bit of backstory and an introduction to the adventure we're about to embark on, but also what to expect from the story and the characters today. First thing we should probably do is introduce ourselves. I'm Simon, I'll be the GM, DM, keeper, storyteller, terrible impression giver, etc., and I'll be laying down the lore in this adventure. And now, I will let my fellow dragons introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'll be playing Bjorn Randall. He's a barbarian, and his backstory is simple. He joined up in an army and just carried on fighting, and when the army stopped, he started adventuring.
Where has he been? Come on, you're going to make up some names on the spot.
Oh, he hasn't seen much apart from fighting. He's met many friends, and he's lost many friends.
Was he trained like where he grew up until the age of 15 and then go off to fight the army, or was it just like one day he went, fuck this, I'm going to go fight?
No, he had basic combat training from like the village elders that taught him. But when he came of age, he wanted to go out and see the world.
Kill the world.
Yeah, in time-honoured tradition, you go to battle.
It's better than going out randomly and going dogging, so...
If you're coming of age, how long would you normally go off to battle for?
Many years.
Many years? How old is your...
He's been many years. He's 73 now.
Yes, he's level 1.
He went off to battle about 16, and he's now in his early 40s.
How was he not
No, I
gained
didn't
any
laugh.
And he's still level 1.
He gained no experience from these battles whatsoever.
Do you know why? He was probably fighting all his allies. He don't get experience.
There's so many
don't get experience
people
for killing
fighting.
Attacking
allies.
training dummies, that's why.
No. There were so many members of the army. It was like, this is your XP divided by 4,000.
I just like the idea that...
So he's just getting fractions.
You know when you've got like a kid brother or like a younger sibling and you give them the Player 2 controller but don't plug it in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially you're player 2. Should you have like started voicing your character second?
We now call you Luigi.
Yay!
Green Mario.
So, is there anything else you could tell us about Jorvik?
Yeah, he's been out of the army for a couple of months now. And he signed up to become an
So
adventurer.
he's like 45 now or something.
No, about 42 or 43 now.
Oh, nice.
Past his prime.
Just entered his prime, you mean?
He sees himself as a wise, learned fighter who honours the role of combat.
He's clearly not a wise learning fighter, otherwise he'd be at least level 5 by now.
Maybe that's his secret. Maybe he's a higher level than us. He's just pretending.
How do you think he survived so long?
Maybe he's a level 1 dragon.
Or he was held back a few years at school.
What? 30?
Yeah.
Hey, he's got to pass sometime.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
Not now.
Tragic backstory, struck by lightning?
No.
No, okay, that's fine.
No, I think I'm happy being made fun of.
Being humiliated. Rinse. Okay, that's fine. Shall we move on?
Hi, I'm Ash. I'll be playing Corvus, a Kenku rogue. I've got a few interesting traits playing a bit of a weird class. One of which is my character cannot talk conventionally. He has the innate ability to mimic in any and all sounds that he's heard. So my voice is basically going to be a mismatch of any sounds my character's heard.
So you won't be annoying in any way.
Totally annoying in every single way.
He'll be like
just
Bumblebee in the new Transformers films.
Are you just going to do loads of annoying bird calls all the time? Or
Caw-caw!
maybe when you sleep and have a nightmare, all you're going to hear is squawk, squawk.
No, it'll just be something random. Like, I might have walked in on someone doing something really weird, and now I've got that in my repository of sounds.
Did you tie someone down so you can speak normally?
No,
And you go, you must. Well, I don't even know what you'd say.
I
You'd have to write it down saying, "Can you say this entire sentence so I can sound normal, please?"
I want a voice. Give me one.
I like the idea that for years you just followed a bard around, so now all you know is limericks. There was a young woman from Healing who used to pee on the ceiling.
I mean, if I had the chance and ability to write them, I could probably fit some in. But I don't know. We'll have to see what Corvus knows. As part of his, as part of the background that I chose for Corvus, he's also a charlatan. So I guess this kind of fits in with the fact that having no voice, he doesn't really have a true personality as such. I mean, he does, but he also has a second one.
That two's better than one.
Well, yeah, and because of his great forgery skills, this persona is absolutely, totally airtight.
So what you're telling me is this character's going to cause me a lot of bother.
Yep, especially since he's the son of a major train line owner that I've just invented for your world.
Great.
So, what does he actually look like?
Who? The bird?
Well, yeah, what exactly is a Kenku?
Well, a Kenku is a sort of wingless crow-looking bird. So I'm black with a beak. I like shiny things.
You can't fly though, right?
Can't fly. No,
But I'm assuming your persona looks exactly the same as you.
I mean, as a rogue, I will have disguise skills, so I could probably get away with certain disguises. Maybe, I don't know, I can wear a full body coverall of sorts.
A jumpsuit.
Just
a dress.
This is the skin of my last victim.
Exactly.
I was just thinking porcelain mask, but
I've got to say, I fit it into the story of the backstory that I have for his other persona on why it's sort of not known to the public as much. I've actually put some effort in. It's quite weird.
Oh my god.
Shock horror.
So is there anything? Is there a hidden past with Corvus, or is there, I don't know, anything like that?
I don't think so. Corvus's main goal in life is what any Kenku wants. He wants to restore the glory of the Kenku.
Is that a common goal for a Kenku?
Well, historically, there's sort of a myth that Kenku lost their wings because they angered some, I think it's gods or devils or someone powerful, and they had their wings removed from them as a species.
Clearly, the legend's a bit mixed if you don't even know what it is.
Well, that's how stories work.
You just throw him off a cliff and tell him to flap his arms.
Ah, yes.
If I roll a 20, can I fly?
If you flap your arms
lots of
really, really
disadvantage.
I
hard.
am a bird.
Yeah, but then you would have completed your mission.
Exactly, I can die happily.
Is that all you'd like to say on Mr. Corvus?
That's everything Corvus has that he's willing to give.
Did we go through your persona?
We touched upon it.
You've got a different name for it, haven't you?
Oh yeah, my other persona is Edmund Norgrad. Yeah, he has to be posh.
Is he actually posh then?
Yes.
Is this the guy you tied down and then stole his entire identity?
This is the guy I've stolen the entire identity of.
Nice.
And did you steal his money as well, or just his identity?
I mean, I have some funds locked away that I can't touch.
What's the point of that then?
There is no point.
Right. I guess we'll move on then.
Hi, I'm Andy. I am playing Thea Leodon. She's a ranger wood elf. Essentially, my character's backstory is in her home of Idril Selenbrindle.
Can you repeat that? Because that was pretty marvellous.
Idril Selenbrindle.
Wow, that was good.
It's Elvish for shimmering satin wood. It's her home forest.
That was orgasmic.
Okay. Kind of don't want to carry on now.
Run away!
More Elvish, please.
So, essentially she was being trained, and obviously elves have quite a long life. Elves turn of age at the age of 100, and when she was roughly about 80, she was out essentially patrolling around the area, learning from her mentor, who was a ranger. It's kind of who taught her everything she knew growing up.
But of course, didn't give you any levels.
Yeah, it didn't give me any levels because he did it all himself.
Well, see, now Jorvik doesn't look as bad considering you've had at least, 80 years on it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude's laughing now.
We're elves, we scare people away. Essentially, the one day we were on patrol just going around, we don't often hunt for meat. Obviously, most elves being vegetarian, there are the occasional times where we partake in animal flesh, but it's quite rare. On this occasion, we were just patrolling to make sure nothing had entered our forest and was desecrating it. And as we were going round, we actually encountered some undead, and they attacked us and their master, who is... I can't remember much of it. It was just a dark necromancer to me.
It was just a dude in a mask.
Yep.
Could have been Corvus.
It could have been Corvus.
Yeah.
Were they playing weird sound effects?
Yeah, but now you say it, you sound like a car radio. But essentially, my mentor made me flee back to the village to basically warn them all. And as I ran back to warn them all, my mentor, Callian, managed to decoy the necromancer and drag him away from the village. However, by the time myself and some of the elders in the village got back to him, he had been killed. So when I turned of age, at the age of 100, they set me the task of avenging my mentor's death and killing the necromancer.
They waited a long time for that, didn't they? They waited 20 years to send someone out. It was literally no one of age.
They have sent others out, but it was a case of none of them have actually ever succeeded, and they've either died or just not been heard from again.
So
whereas
there's someone there going to be gambling in Vegas.
I just like
yeah.
I just like the notion that they sent out all their experienced people, so now they're going to send out someone who's not even level 1.
They're sending out the level 1, yeah.
No, that's why they've all failed, because none of them have any levels.
But yeah, so that's where my story takes me, is that I'm out there trying to find this necromancer and kill him.
Did your village survive? Well, I assume so, for 20
yes,
years.
Well, they haven't been hit, and obviously I haven't been back to my village since I left. I'm now the age of 120, so it has actually been 20 years since I've been out on my mission. And other
so you've also gained no experience in 20 years.
What a
this
lot
is
of my
the following theme. I can't wait until you all level up. I'm going to have to be you're going to be 50 years later in the future.
You criticised me. How dare you?
Well, for the 20 years I've been searching, I haven't really done much fighting. It's been more so asking questions and research into necromancy.
Nice. So do you know how to summon things now?
So wait,
no, it still confuses me.
so you're a level 1 ranger, but you're actually a level 20 necromancer.
Yeah,
I think you really needed your master because you didn't get any levels.
As I said,
Training was tragically cut short.
We didn't kill much. We only ate rarely. So when we went on patrol, we would never come across anything. And if we ever killed anything to eat, he would want to kill it. That was useless. Nice. I was about as good as shooting a tin can off a fence.
We had 20 years to practice that, so...
Yeah, and I'm damn good at it now. My favourite enemy is a tin can. I can shoot them from hundreds of yards away. You give me a kobold, and I'm fucked.
Nah, it's more like he can hit the fence for days. Still can't hit the tin can.
Yeah.
His actual arch nemesis is the tin can rather than the necromancer.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess that's all our characters talked about now. Unless anyone else has anything to add.
No.
Because I assume you all formed... Well, we haven't really got into this, but we're just going to assume you formed a group for your own reasons, which you have spoke about. For example, you're searching for the necromancer. It's probably easier in a group. Maybe you see Corvus, that it's going to be easier to reclaim your honour.
I put an ad on Gumtree.
You put an ad on Gumtree. Is it literally a gummy tree?
Yeah.
It's just like stapled a wanted ad to this tree.
Yeah, it's literally papered in ads.
You gotta be careful, it might attract bears.
Where bears?
Gummy bears.
Ah.
God's sake.
Dear.
And welcome to the humour of this entire podcast.
Nice. Right, so in terms of the world, you're going to be adventuring in an area known as Midoran. That's just what I've called it. It's not Nidoran from Pokemon. Please don't get confused with that.
I won't throw a ball at it.
Cool. And I guess it's all our first time playing 5e D&D. We've played other systems before, like Pathfinder. We played a bit of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We played Pathfinder 1, Starfinder,
Shadow of the Demon
Lord, Numenera.
We've dabbled.
Yeah, we dabbled. But it's definitely my first time GMing D&D 5e, so you'll have to bear with me sometimes. But I'm also not going to be too strict with the rules on this case. I'm just going to focus on what's narratively interesting. For example, if you wanted to try and fly Corvus in a really funny moment, you could probably roll with disadvantage or something, and maybe you can glide and land safely.
It's
not flying, it's falling with style.
Exactly.
Just make him a parachute. Simple.
Did you say you're featherless?
I've got feathers.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to build me one of them flying machines.
Flying machines. Yeah, so I'm going to try and work with the character backstories to make it interesting and easy to follow, I guess, as well. But the other comment I also forgot to mention is not one of you are dragons.
Oh.
Not dragonborn or anything.
Whoa. Spoilers.
I'm a bird. Birds and dragons have similarities. I could probably mimic a dragon one day.
Have you seen a dragon?
Not yet.
But everyone's supposed to be a dragon. I think we need a new podcast name now.
Everyone's a bird.
Great. So we get to the intro of the first episode and we now decide to change our title.
Yeah, it's got to be the way. But yeah.
Oh, everyone's an Andy.
Except
Close
Ash
enough.
and Simon.
50%'s an Andy.
Yeah, so we've kept it as Andrew and Andy, so it's not as confusing as well. But yeah, I think that's where we'll wrap it up, and we look forward to sharing this adventure with you. And we'll see you next time. Bye! Bye!
Bye. Don't you want to give them Twitter and the other stuff?
Ah, yes. I almost forgot. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, at EAD Podcast, where you can find all our goings on, and when the next episode will be released. Bye!
Bye. What about our merch link and everything?
Oh yeah, let's do the merch link. There is no merch at the moment, so oh no.
Bye.
Bye.